Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And y'all, that we are going beyond and further out, but we're bringing it in also with today's guest. Hello, Melissa already has her hand up, which is amazing. Today we're Alyssa Rushton, and y'all, she's just bringing it. It's whatever you need for embodiment, activating your light, bringing spirit into a place where you just know with such clarity where you're transmitting from, to awaking those parts of you that the light switch is just ready to be flipped on, but you didn't know how to access it. It's just, there's so much that Alyssa is tuned into, and that helps everyone that she communicates with and teaches and shares on shows like this, how to awaken that part of yourself, how to really activate so you can live like your most abundant, amazing, successful, happy, joyful, extravagant life if that's what you choose. So I won't take too much longer. We're going to get into Q&A later with Alyssa. We're going to be talking about Radiance Codes today, activating your light. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy today's call. And with that, Alyssa, welcome back to BTO.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I've been so I've been so excited. In fact, I did in preparation for today for you guys because I really wanted to amp up the wattage. I did a 2-day water cleanse. And so I just feel like all these new frequencies got to drop through. And so I'm so excited because I really would love today, John, if we have some time to really work with people's light and also explain how their light and their body work, because it's just really fun. And when you know how that works, then you can really, like you said, have a totally new life and experience and the things that you choose versus trying to fight uphill. So
Right. Well, let's get into the topic because you said that you're activating higher frequencies. It's one thing to activate it, it's another thing to hold and embody. And let's dive into that because, again, a lot of times we glimpse it. It feels good for a while, but then sometimes it's a little downward turn, and that's normal for a lot of people in different ways. But we don't have to hold at the bottom, and the gain doesn't have to be small increments. There's actually a way to hold the amplification of what's
yeah.
come through.
Yes, exactly. And, to your point, one of the things that I see and feel with people all the time, and I'd love to know, you guys, if this is true for you, and pop us a little message in the chat too.
Mhm.
Pop us what you most want to get out of today. That really helps me bring through exactly what you want. But what I hear most from the people that come to me to work with me is that they can get a little taste of the magic, but then it blips out, and they might manifest a little something and then it goes away, or they might have a little win with their health and then it's poof, they're back again. And so to your point, I definitely want to talk about today, how do you sustain the frequency? And I think one of the things, I brought a whiteboard. I'm going to bring it in a second, but it's right here.
Amazing. I love that. I think you're the first guest to bring a whiteboard. I love this. It's a first
Um,
after 13 years. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So I think what you guys know, what I'm going to show you, it's going to really make sense to you how your energy works and how you can hold more energy in your body and in your field. So I'm really excited to show you this today. So yeah, John, to your point, like people struggle with holding the frequency. And it's one of the things that I've really tried to hone over the last 20, gosh, it's been 20 years since I died. I died in 2005. So I've really tried to hone that, being able to just hold and embody the frequency, because as you well know, if it's only in your head and it's not embodied, then you can't have it reflected in your reality. It just doesn't come in. So
Yeah, it makes sense. So, what's keeping people from holding that light?
ooh, a lot of things, actually, a lot of things. So, you guys, this is really, you can take your pen and paper out right now. So, can I just bring my whiteboard in right now?
I was hoping you'd bring it in sooner rather than later. Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Can you guys all see this? This is one of my
Yeah.
genius drawings, and I'm going to actually reach over here and get my pens. This is my old corporate training background in place here. So here's the thing that you guys want to know about how your body works. So I want you to think back to before you were a thought in your mom and dad's head, okay? And your mom had, no, this isn't, this isn't sex ed, but I will say your mom had the egg and your dad had the sperm, and the two met together and they made an embryo. And that embryo contained DNA. Okay. And that DNA basically wound into one single embryonic cell and then created 4 cells, and then created 8 cells, and then created 16 cells, 32 cells, and so on. And that then creates your body. Now,
Mm.
your DNA tell your body how tall to be, how short to be, what if your hair's blonde or brown, if you have blue eyes or brown eyes, if you're, you know, all the things about your body. That's what your DNA does. But what most people don't understand is your DNA is, this is my old style cell phone here. Can you guys see my old style cell
I like your cell phone, yes.
phone? It's
All Nokia model. Yeah,
totally
yeah.
exactly Nokia. You nailed it. So your DNA is just like a cell phone. Your cell phone broadcasts signal to a cell tower. Your cell tower, though, is the sun. The
Mm.
sun is your cell tower. So you are, with your DNA, you're broadcasting signal out, you're broadcasting frequency, and you're intaking frequency into your body. And what happens is you make this reality field here. Okay. So you have this reality field. And to your point, John, what happens is that there's a lot of things that block people's DNA from transmitting signal really well. For
Mhm.
example, if you want to block cell signal, you take it out in a bunch of trees. Nature blocks cell signal. We all know that, right? You've all been out in all the trees and you can't make a phone call. Or maybe you're out in a bunch of rocks and there's just no getting that call through, right? So nature blocks artificial signal. Artificial signal blocks natural signal. Okay, so artificial signal blocks natural signal. So one of the things to write down is what blocks your radiance is being around a lot of artificial signals all the time. That's really important to not spend too much time around artificial signals. But what also blocks your signal is things like your food. Your food blocks your signal. What your cells and body need to transmit really well are things like minerals. You need to be really mineralized and electrolyzed
Mhm.
because that creates conductivity within your cell structure. So you want to really make sure that it's why water cleanses work so amazingly well because you're hydrating everything and your body goes and eats up all the non-functional things in your body like viruses, bacteria, even plaque in your arteries. In fact, there was one man who needed a double bypass and did a 14-day extended water cleanse, did not need the bypass, all the plaque.
Amazing.
Amazing. So yeah, so there's a lot of physical things that block your transmission of your radiance. And here's the thing about working when you work on your radiance and when you work on the frequencies that you're bringing into your body is that your outer reality field, your daily life is controlled by your frequency. So, you guys, this is really important to know. If you don't like your life, you are the cause.
Mm.
You are causing all of it. And this, what you see on the outside of your reality, the people, I can't, my pen's not drawing, the people, the places, the circumstances, that's the effect. So if you just understand, like you are the cause and you can shift the causation through your frequency that you're sending, just like I want to really put this down into terms you can understand. If I poke into my phone and I poke in John's phone number, I'm causing John's phone to ring,
Mhm.
right? So it's what I do here that affects what I get back. If I poke into a website, beyond the ordinary, that's what I get. I get beyond the ordinary. So if you can understand you are the cause and you're transmitting out that data, that's the effect that you get back from the reality stream. So what we want to try and do is we want to try to give our body the very best chance at transmitting good data so that we can also get the advantage of the beautiful light codes that are coming in. Because just like I said, nature blocks artificial signal. Well, if you're blocked and clogged, it's very difficult for all those light codes to come into your body. They'll
Mm,
still hit you, but will you absorb them and will you, to your point, embody them? You might not. And it's the reason why you guys can see this. There's some people that are waking up really strong and fast right now, and there's some people that are not. And it's because their body is not able to hold that level of frequency. When you do this work, you will literally glow differently. Your skin will look different. Your physicality will start to change because you're literally changing how your DNA expresses, and your DNA is in charge of shaping your body. So
mm.
here's the other thing that you want to know about your DNA and your body is inside your DNA. Remember that junk DNA that they told us about back in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s?
Right.
Yes. Well, actually, in the DNA strand, there's this little bit, and it's called intron potential. And it's the part of the DNA that's that God consciousness. It's that 12th stranded DNA that you can literally speak to and turn on and ask it to express your genes differently. So you can literally, once you know how to do this, get your body doing different things. You can literally age yourself in reverse. We had in my last Radiance Codes program, we had people lose 20 years off their face. We had moms that their kids weren't sleeping and their kids all of a sudden started sleeping again. I mean, such amazing things happen for people that it was like, wow, but it's because we're getting that DNA to express differently. We also had people turn on their channeling abilities and their abilities to talk to angels and to heal, because what part of my intention of bringing these codes forward is that when I died and came back, my what I was brought back for, I believe, is to help people activate their divine human
Mm,
in physical form. And so I believe that you have that divine part of you that can do all of the amazing things and more and more and more and more. And I really believe that now's our time in order to do that. And so if you understand this time period that we're in right now, we're in this incredible astrological belt of all of
mm,
these activations and all of these things happening, and it's really for us to step into that divine creator, that divine DNA activated human being where literally your life operates differently.
mm. And I really appreciate the way that you're explaining this and the implications and the at cause, because that for me brings in, and it's a different conversation. Maybe we can get into a little bit later, but there's an aspect of integrity that goes along with that. What are we aligning with that we're choosing to have a relationship with that is the feedback loop for where our consciousness and where we're directing our perception, which is it makes so much sense in so many different ways. Um, I want to get into, though, the advancement of technology and how fast things are moving and unraveling. And in this, we're ready to receive technologies with an understanding like we've never had before. And this is where your radiance codes come in. I'd love it if you would talk a little bit more about that. What they are imparting with people with an intelligence as they understand what these are and what type of skill set does it take to work with these radiance codes.
Yes, I love it. You're so right. We have technologies coming in faster than ever before. And I liken this, John, if you guys think back to when we didn't have electricity
Mm,
and there's people to go around the house and light the candles and make the fires. And
Mm.
also, we didn't have motor cars, and there was horse and buggy to drive us. And then around the same time, we got electricity and motor cars, and the world was changed. It was vastly different. All of a sudden, what took 100 people to do took 3 people to do in a field. And so, why I say that is right now we're in a very similar time frame, times about 1,000. We're
Mm.
going to see the world change at rapid pace. When I died, I heard that 2024 to 2026 were going to be these years of rapid fire transformation. That I always call them the sandwich years. It was like the meat of it all. It was like the juicy part, but also the hard part where we're getting really squeezed. And so, to your point, we are going to have a lot of technology. What I perceive is that the technology that you're going to have is only a fraction of the technology that's inside your body.
Mm.
And so part of what I'm here to help people do is turn that technology back on so that it's a more organic technology versus inorganic technology. Not that one's good or bad, but I always really love getting my information direct from the source versus getting it from something else. And let me tell you an example of this. So, in one of my programs that I have for business owners, for spiritual business owners, I help them create a spiritual business. And I've noticed that they use ChatGPT a lot for their homework. And when I
Mm.
get it, I can tell that it's ChatGPT, and it also isn't great. It's not like they put themselves into it. So I tell you that story because when we're getting our information from an outside source, it always runs the risk of not being the real deal, what's perfectly aligned for you. So the more you can learn to run your own radiance codes, run your own energy, and really tap into these gifts and these skills and these talents, the more then you practice with that, the more they turn on. It's just like anything. Any golfers here? I'm a golfer. So the more
Mhm.
you practice golfing, the better you get. But if you don't practice golfing, you're not going to get really great at it. So to your point about embodiment, if you think about where we're going as a society right now, and one of the reasons why I'm so passionate right now is because you have this extraordinary opportunity to bring your body as the technology fully online and actually feel really good in your body. I hear a lot from people about ascension symptoms and all the things. And I'm here to tell you that you can have a totally different experience. You can really work with your body. You can do some things that really help to support your body. And you can turn those technologies online so that you're getting great guidance, so that you can create safety for yourself in times of chaos, so that you can create miracles beyond and opportunities beyond what you could even come up with. You sort of learn to bend reality, but really reality, it wants to do what you want to do in your bubble.
Mhm.
You basically are learning that you're a divine creator in physical form. And that is the key piece. We are learning that we are a divine creator in physical form versus I'm a human being. I'm stuck in the matrix. I've got all this stuff to deal with. We're really breaking out of that right now.
Mhm. I am experiencing personally the embodiments of cause and effect, and what is manifesting in my life is a direct reflection of where my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions are alchemizing in a particular outcome showing up because of that. And it's a practice to become better at aligned creation
Mhm.
because the ego and the mind still has preferences and things that it wants to go and things that it wants to experience. But there's also a surrender and being guided by, I can call it by source, by God, but I would also say that it's through my future self or higher self that's also guiding the way. Um, and it's profound what's available. And again, as we align with that clear energy, again, that natural vibrational frequencies, that natural light that's coming through for us, um, the shifts, not only the shifts, the life that can be created on the other side of the shift. Because for me, the shift is just the opening of the doorway of possibilities in the new reality. It's like, what's beyond just that one thing that I think that I want to experience? But what million other things line up after that that will really put many of us, if not all of us, in a state of awe and wonder of the type of world that we can create for ourselves.
Yes. And to your point as well, it's about creating a frequency in the body that
Mm,
feels so good. Just
mm,
imagine waking up in the morning and actually feeling so good and so joyful and so passionate about life, and actually having this really light, fluffy heart space that, and your whole energy field feels really light and fluffy. And when you touch your fingers, you're like, ooh, it doesn't even feel like I got fingers there because they're so light and filled with high frequency. And you just know that there's no situation that could come into your world that's going to bother you,
mm,
because you know how to deal with frequency, you know how to alchemize frequency, you know how to transmute, and you know how to do that in and through the body. And I think one of the things that I see happen with people a lot is that they want to have something on the outside make them feel good. Like,
mhm,
oh, that once this happens, once I get my dream house, once I get my dream person, once I get this thing, then I can feel happy. Versus, I'm going to practice holding this radiance inside myself, this life force, this lightness, this love, and this this conscious frequency that I'm practicing being conscious with, and being conscious in through the matter of life. That's when life really changes, because all of a sudden what's really funny, and I see this happen, it's like, well, you stop caring about the things and the experiences and the opportunities, but then they really start coming.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like we let go of the grip, um, which is amazing. So, how can someone determine if they actually are holding more light?
This is a great question. Well, let's do this right now. Let's do this right now. You guys tune in right now with me. I want you to just tune into your body
Mm,
and drop your awareness right down into your heart, and take a nice deep breath. And we're just going to open up the truth portal for you so you can see. And in truth, right now, how much light frequency are you holding in your body? What percent? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 30? Your body will ding you when you get a yes. Is it 40? Is it 50? Is it 60? 70? 80? 90? 100? So pop your number here. So one of the first ways to tell is to talk and listen to your body. Ask your body how much light it's holding. I do a light check-in with my body all the time. Another one of the ways that you can check your body is through a mnemonic. So this is a mnemonic device basically, and you can rub your fingers together, and rubbing your fingers together, you'll feel your frequency. Is it sticky, or does it feel really like tingly and wonderful? So that helps you measure your frequency. It helps you measure your light. You'll also see it in your skin. You know, if you are holding a lot of light, like look at John, he's radiant, he's glowing, he's holding a
mm,
lot of light. You probably do a lot of the practices that we teach in Radiance Codes. You know, you're doing the breath work, you're doing the light pulling, you're doing all of these things. You're eating really well to nourish your body frequency.
mhm,
So your skin will look different when you are holding more light,
yeah,
because you are a photonic being. You actually have photonic receptors in almost every part of your body. In fact, you have photon receptors, which is light, by the way, in your ears. You have photonic receptors almost everywhere. So your DNA is literally holding more light and then can emanate out more cellular light.
mm.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Good job.
97. Okay, should we be judging ourselves if we're holding less than 100%?
I don't think anybody on planet Earth right now is holding 100%.
Thank you.
So
Again, I wanted to get into number comparisons and we can oscillate in different ways.
absolutely, you will oscillate. It's
Hmm.
not, you can't, you will have to oscillate due to the nature of our reality. Like sometimes you're gonna have a really hard day. And some days you might be like, man, I need to caffeinate today to just get myself through. I don't recommend that, but you might feel that way. And guess what? You're gonna drop your light. You
Mm.
might be underhydrated. When you're underhydrated, you drop your light. Your cells literally cannot conduct as well. So we don't want to ever judge ourselves for it, but we do want to have an awareness. So there's a difference between awareness, comparison, judgment. I think it's just really great to be able to look yourself in the mirror and go, how am I doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Or, oh, actually, I might want to amp up my dial on my radiance practices.
I really love the radiation practices, and I don't know if you know this. This is a recent discovery, but they've actually have just discovered that our mitochondria is embedded with filaments of copper, which is a conductor of light. It
Yeah,
is in our body, and we're becoming more and more aware the conductivity and our relationship to that light and how it expresses in our daily lives and in our physical creations in this world and our
exactly.
capacity to hold that light.
Exactly. I mean, I always call it soft technology. We are literally soft technology. The more and more we discover about our bodies, I think the more and more we're going to realize like we are literally soft technology. We work very similar to a cell phone. I mean,
Mhm.
not a lot different
Yeah.
than how a cell phone works, really. And so, yeah, so we have all of these things. I mean, we have all of these crystals. You have magnetite in your brain. You have all of these crystals in your body. You have crystals in your pineal gland. You
Mhm.
have the crystals in your ears that keep your balance going. So we have all these crystals in our body. Our water structure alone in our body is fascinating, right? Because that is holding that crystalline frequency that we can speak to if we want. And you guys all know the Dr. Emoto experiment, right? That's old news by now. But
Mhm.
when you then start to understand that all reality is programmable with your consciousness. And so one of the things I teach inside of Radiance Codes is just a simple practice like when you take your tea in the morning, you speak life into your tea and you speak life into your cells. And everything is listening to you all the time. We're spiritualizing matter. And so you can just do this simple practice, or, when you go to bed, you can just do a simple practice of like, as I sleep, I allow my cells to clear themselves and my body to completely regenerate. And just talking to the body like that, as if you're talking to a machine on like, hey, this is what I'd like for you to do right now for me. Like as if you're talking to your AI, your chat, you know how we talk to it and it's like, hey, can you do this for me? Same thing, talk to your body. Hey, can you do this for me? And your body's so eager and willing to work with you as long as you give it the chemical constituents so that it can operate well. And that's really what we need is we need the chemical constituents so our body can perform the tasks.
Mhm. So, how does someone learn to hold more light?
Okay, so it's a practice of a couple of things. One, first and foremost, nutrition. If
Mm.
you want to run more light into, let's say, a light socket, you have to have a light that is able to hold that much electricity coming through. So
Mhm.
your body, what you don't want to do is you don't want to just start to be like, blast me with all the light, universe, because
Right.
that tends to fry the body if the body's not able to hold it. So I have this practice that I do in Radiance Codes where first we create the identity and then we start to work on the body that can hold more light so that
Mhm.
when you start pulling down all that light, you can naturally and easily do it without having the crash or the bonk that sometimes happens when people start doing these big spiritual upgrades, is then they have these healing crises or these flatline moments where they're just exhausted and fatigued. So just it's the same thing as blowing the light socket, right? It's like, oopsies, that was too much for that
Right.
particular outlet. So what you would want to do instead is you would really want to focus on hydration, mineralization, pulling in nutrients for the body. I use a lot of essential oils from Egypt and other little tincture sprays that actually go into the cellular structure and they pull out things that are blocking light on a subatomic particle level, which is the amazing thing about essential oils and also flower essences is they break the cell wall barrier. They're able to go in and clean out the gunk and then remove it from the body. And you literally start to change your whole body structure. So it's really pretty remarkable once you hydrate, mineralize. I also use some very ancient practices, breathing practices, but also ancient substances that help the body hold more light. So, for example, back in the Egyptian days, which I was around for, I very much remember that lifetime. You probably
Mm.
remember your Egyptian lifetime too, since you're
Oh
all
yeah, I have a few I remember. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Hmm.
There's a substance that they would give to the gods to help them hold more light. And so that's one of the substances that I talk about in Radiance Codes and how to do that properly so that you're giving your body what it needs to be basically a huge capacitor, right? Because your body's a capacitor. It's the thing that's allowing the light to pass through it.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Again, I want to get to radius codes a little bit. Y'all, we will get into Q&A in a little bit. So if you raised your hand, type your question into the chat, I promise we're going to get to you because there's a lot of information to share here. Um, oh, I lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere with this. Um, so we have this opportunity to expand our light, to radiate it more, to integrate and to align really with a higher frequency that is activating an intelligence and something that is innate within us but's been dormant for a long time. There's so much environmental noise. So many of us consider ourselves extremely empathic and feel everything else. What's the implication of feeling and being with everything else and being so sensitive, if you will, as an open channel, and still being able to receive light? Where is the transition point from discernment, not letting everything in, to allowing that serves us in?
Yeah, I love this question, John. I think it's a little different for each and every individual, but one of the
Mhm.
things that I teach is becoming like the sun. So, because of the nature of the fact that you're here on Earth, your energy is wired to intake energy through down and through you. Like you're just taking in energy, okay? And then you take in energy and you process it out and you spit it out. So it's like you're taking in everybody's energy, it's coming down and through your body, you're cleaning it up, and then you send it out to everybody all feeling better, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. So, what we want to do instead, so the earth is like a sponge. When it rains, the rain comes down into the earth and the earth clears it out and then kicks it back as this beautiful crystal pure water, right? That's what you do as an empath, as a light being. Now, you can also make the choice to not do that. You can make the choice to rewire your energy field. And this is what I teach and train and I empower you and inspire you to do is practice actually radiating like the sun instead. So instead of being a filter and a sponge for everybody, you practice moving your energy up and out like the sunshine. And then what happens is just like the sun never gets worried about taking on too much. The sun's just
Mhm.
pulling out light codes and pushing out light, pushing out light. So the more you practice switching the magnetics on your energy field to put out light this way, very consciously, that you will have a different experience. And it really, reality won't affect you in the same way. Like I can look at the news and completely not be impacted. It does not affect me. It's
Well,
like,
I can share why, and I think this is really important. And again, it's you probably know this, but sometimes the sun doesn't know how hot it is an analogy that I like to use. Like the light that you carry, you don't know how much light you carry because you just carry it. It's the water doesn't know how wet it is. It's just wet, right? And something that you bring through so clearly, it's you just embody it, is that as you teach, as you interact personally with other people, you don't bring in separation or fear or warring against something. You really know where you're directed and you're consistent in that. And that eliminates that static that keeps us in this place of wobbling, not really knowing ourselves because something else is layered over the truth of what's there.
Yeah, exactly. And how I see it is everything is of God,
Mhm.
and that lets me know that like whatever I'm seeing in the outer world, I just know that that's an aspect of God that maybe hasn't woken fully up yet. And I always go back to my own story. If you would have seen me in 2005, you would have seen a vastly different person. And I literally, you would have said, oh my God, she's a mess of a human being. And so, but I was still of God, even though I was a mess of a human being. And so that really helps me. And it's true, I don't see the separation. I see us all as that one. But to your point, with all of the technology and all of the bombarding of stuff, it is a practice to keep your energy where you can. And that's why I say it's very individuated. I've had a lot of practice with this, so I could consume, if I wanted to, quite a great deal of news and media, and I don't let my mind or my body be impacted by that. I can only send it love and it's not that big of a deal. Where maybe somebody else who hasn't had that much time on the practice tee of the golf course,
Yeah, yeah.
they can't do as much. And so no matter where you're at with that, don't beat yourself up. It's about really listening to what works for you right now, knowing that won't be always the case.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How can someone go from, now how come? It's how quickly have you seen people go from a place where they just feel like they're shut down and they're not moving forward and there's all this stagnation into getting into the radiance and really starting to realize the amazing possibilities that they actually have true access to.
Well, I've actually seen it happen pretty fast, and I would love to. Oh gosh, can I share this
Yes,
with
you can.
you? Um, it's not letting me share my iPad screen. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Maybe I'll just hold a picture up.
Okay.
Let me hold this picture up. Let me see. You can see. Ooh, do you see this
We
picture?
can.
Okay.
That's actually in the special offer.
Oh, okay. So this was me in March of 2011.
That is you.
That is me.
Oh my God, I don't recognize you.
Thank goodness. Now, you
Wow.
asked how quickly. So I looked like that until about 2 weeks before this pic. Oopsies, 2 weeks before this picture. Let me see if I can show you this picture.
Wow.
Do you see the difference, you guys?
Wow.
Woo, big difference. Holy transformation.
What changed?
Everything. I changed a lot. So the first thing is I downloaded the Radiance codes and I just knew like I need to take myself through this program.
Mm,
So I did this program. I worked on cleaning up my diet. I worked on bringing in light. I worked on all of the things that I take people through in Radiance codes. So it happens in a very quick amount of time. Actually, what I have found is your body is so extraordinary.
mhm.
It's this magnificent piece of spiritual, divine equipment that if you just give it what it needs and stop with the things that it doesn't need, which is hard for some people, but that's
Yeah.
why I bring in the tools. Because listen, I was an addict, you guys. I couldn't stop doing all the things. So I get it. and there's things that work against us. So what we have to do is we really have to look at what is not working for me and what do I want to bring in that can change my experience pretty much overnight. I noticed that Livy's here, and Livy did the Radiance Codes program, and she
Mm.
had some extraordinary, like just extraordinary things happen. Liv, I don't know if you want to put any more about that in, but yeah, it's really miraculous. You guys can see in my pictures, it's miraculous what the body's capable of healing if you give it the right pieces in the right order, because the right recipe works because you put things in the right order. If you're trying to make a great cake, if you don't put the ingredients in the right order, also it can be a big gloppy mess as well. So that's why I designed Radiance Codes the way I did, so that you're doing things in the right order so that your body can easily integrate and heal and hold more light as you go. And in the codes, each week we do a transmission, so that not only you're doing these nutritional things and these energetic things, but you're also doing guided activations where we're literally plugging you into your own stream of light. Because
Mm.
it's all about empowerment and having you plug into your own highest guidance.
It's really wonderful what you're describing also. It takes me to personal experiences that I've had as new frequencies open up to me and I choose to meet them there. And a lot of y'all may have been having similar experiences, especially during the last year, because a lot's been coming up in consciousness and clearing the path for our activated potential. And so as those higher frequencies are coming in, I don't have to go searching for past trauma or hurts or wounds and try to heal them and soul recovery from that level. As I activate and hold the higher luminescence that's available, I find that these parts naturally rise through. And if there's consciousness or something that wants to be shown through it, it'll come through personal experience. It'll come in dream time, but it's not something that I have to dive into and hold for a long time and nurture and try to understand and analyze to such a point where like I've looked under every stone and behind every bush. It's just it naturally flows up of us and we get to a point where we're able to metabolize it so gracefully.
Yes. I love how you said that. And it does. It'll start happening in dream time where you'll have this whole sequence thing happen in your dreams where in the past you would have had to act that out with people in
Yeah.
your life and be in chaos. And now
Mhm.
it's just quickly happening in your dream. You can clear it from your consciousness and go about your day. And it's so extraordinary what happens when we're in a different frequency. And what I want to say to you guys too is that this time that we're headed into, that's
Mm.
predicted by every ancient civilization, right?
Well, and that we feel alive. I mean, it's also, I mean, let's take credit for what we know is here. They
Right.
predicted it 1,000 years ago. We're here living it, and we can feel it upon us.
Yes. And just out of curiosity, how many of you guys have felt your bodies changing?
Oh yeah.
Just raise a
Mhm.
show of hands, like say yes in the comments box. I want to see how many of you felt your bodies changing.
Yeah.
So I want
Yes.
to just talk through a little bit what's happening and why I chose to bring this forward at this time, because I could have done this back in 2011, but I didn't.
Mm.
People were not ready then. I wasn't ready then. So, one of the things I want you to realize, and you already know this, is that your body is shifting. The more you allow your body to have what it needs, the shift will happen easier for you.
Mm.
Because I've gone through it the hard way, like I really chose a hard path. I now understand that I'm here to help people not have to do that. So the more your body is in alignment intracellularly, energetically, the easier these high frequencies are on your body. When you feel the changes in your nervous system, because your nervous system is having to hold more. It's basically the difference between, do you guys remember when cell phones came out back in the 90s and we had those big bag phones and those big brick phones? Do you guys remember that?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, me too. Some of you guys on this call might. And so remember at the time you could just only place a phone call. That's all that phone was good for. It was only placing a phone call. And then
Mhm.
2000 hit and all of a sudden we could send text messages. Remember that little BlackBerry came out and we could send text and that was so cool. And
Mhm.
then, 2010 happens and all of a sudden we're accessing the internet with our phones. And now we're accessing the whole world basically, plus AI. So I tell you that to say that what's happening right now with your body is the equivalent to going from a phone that you can just rotary dial, poke in your little dials, to what we have now with our cell phones and our internet. Your body is making the jump, but it's making it very fast. This jump started in 2017 and it's been amping up and amping up and amping up. And over the course of the next year and a half, you'll hit peak frequency in 2026. And you really do want to be ready for that. You really want your heart field and your nervous system to be able to hold that much light. It's just going to make it easier on you.
Right. Well, let's get people excited as to the why and what's possible because a lot of times when we know our why, the how becomes super easy. And motivation goes such a long way. Like if we're excited about the outcome, then yeah, let me dive in and let me hold on to it because I know how much I'm going to benefit. So let's go to your special offer. Y'all click on the special offer button that's underneath the video where you're watching the call. The link's in the chat box, and you can always access the special offers at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. Talk to us about these Radiance codes. And we already have people typing in the chat about how amazing it's been for them. Um,
That's awesome. You
but
guys
let's
are
get everybody excited about just the activations that you've witnessed with other people, but also that you absolutely know how anybody who dives into this is going to benefit in such a great way.
Yes. Well, I love to first have everybody think about like, what would your why be? What would your
Mhm.
personal why be? Would it be so that you can have better access to psychic information? Would it be so that your body operates better, so that you feel really good and you feel really light, that you release weight? All of those things will likely happen for you in the codes. So, what we do in these codes is that we really set the stage with your soul code. So, in that first call, by the way, these are 2 hour calls along with some content that's already in the portal for you when you sign up. So on the 18th, we start with the priming code. So this is a bonus, and this is where we literally set the crystalline foundation for your journey. We clear the space, we prime your body, we prime your energy field, and we activate your soul and your DNA's receptivity to it all. Because here's the thing, a lot of people want you to understand is you have to actually say yes to receiving this. Like you are seeing the people out in the world who haven't said yes. So the more we prime and prep your environment, plus I do a few nutritional things with you that are going to really set the stage for you to clear out and start receiving. So that's the first week. And like I said, every week we do a live call where I do some teaching, we do a lot of activations, and then I also do energy tune-ins because John, you know this. I've gotten big enough now where my prices are just really out of reach for some people to do a private
Yeah.
session with me. So this is my way to make sure that I still am able to stay in service and also have time in my schedule. So when you join, you'll get live tune-ins, energy tune-ins, where we can literally go into your body and see what's blocking you, see what's, needs to be installed, see what's, in your pathway. And that's really a very powerful practice. So you'll get an opportunity to do that each week. And then on week 2, we've got our soul code where we start to clear those distorted overlays because, quite frankly, there's a lot of distortions in the field and fractured frequencies. And so we start to clear all that out. And what you do is you really activate your divine blueprint of you, the divine, what I call the divine human blueprint. So we literally install that in your field so you can start operating from that versus the old human program, which is
Mhm.
none too friendly, quite frankly. Then we work on your aura, the aura code, where we're releasing old attachments. We're sealing your aura with high frequency light. We're helping you radiate new light to naturally keep off of you the things that can come onto you. And I will say, I have had several clients come to me in the past couple weeks saying, like, I've been hearing, like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to do this work anymore. And that's the kind of stuff that can come in when your aura is a little porous. So I show you how to activate your aura so that you have this strong, clear aura. There's a reason why I can do all of these clearings and work and not get affected. It's because I keep my aura really strong. So we work on that, and you start to really magnetize what you want. You start to magnetize your desires. Then we start to work on your cells. We start to detox years and years and years of energetic gunkus, is what I call it. That's my technical term.
I love that.
And it's the build that gunkus is the buildup from mitochondria, from DNA, from junk programming from your family. So we start to work on cleaning all of that stuff out. And again, every week there's an activation where we work with your unique frequencies as well. So for those who are joining this round, we work with your unique frequencies so that we can clear out what's most important for you, because everybody's a little different. And then what I really love to have you guys spend time on too is the nourishment codes. So all along the way throughout this program, I have recipes and my secret herbs and my secret products that, like, people are always asking me, like, what do you do with your skin? How do you look so young? What are you doing? So this program is also filled with all of the things that I utilize, because the truth is, we could do it 100% from light alone, but I like products.
We get to play, yes.
I like to play. It's fun for me. So I share those secret beauty foods. I share those vibrational nourishment rituals that you can use in your everyday life again and again and again, even when you're not in the program. And I know a lot of the people who did the program last time want to do the program again. They're like chomping at the bit. When are you doing this again? So just because there's so much wonderful nutrition and nourishment practices in this that you can use all the way through. And then the self image code, where we literally reprogram the way you see yourself. Because the other thing that is really important is that you cannot outperform your self image. And so I really work with every single one of my private clients to recode their self image, because what you hold in here, no matter how many journals you write, know how many affirmations you do, know how many meditations you listen to, if your life isn't the way you want it, there's a self image issue. And so we really work on recoding that so that you can have the experiences that line up with the self image. And I'll just give you an example. Somebody who wants to start running, and they buy the running shoes and the cute little running outfit, but every day there's a new excuse about why they can't go running, doesn't have the self image as I'm a runner. And so what we look at is what's standing in the way of you to have the self-image of whatever it is that you tell me that you want. And then we work to realign that. And then the last code is the embodiment code, where we really pull it all together and get you into these practices where you are literally embodied, you're in practice, you are doing the things and you're making it a lifestyle. I will tell you that radiance is a lifestyle. It's not something that you just do once. Like, you can't just eat one salad and be healthy or drink
Mhm.
one green juice. It's a practice, it's a lifestyle. So I'm hopeful, because you guys get lifetime access to these recordings and all the recipes and all the nutrition products that I have loved and used and gotten my own health back and health back for thousands of other clients. Like, this is tried and true stuff. So I'm
Mhm.
hopeful that this is like your go-to toolkit for being the most divine human in physical form that you can possibly be.
That's beautiful. I love what you're bringing in this and how you're setting the field for the light to be activated in each one of these codes. And I'm a little more hardcore, y'all, in my delivery. Um, but my challenge or my urgency to you would be, you know, a lot of us wish to have experiences in our life, whether we wish to have more peace, more abundance, better relationships, more clarity in our lives in different ways. And they're all beautiful intentions, and we deserve all of those things. But going back to Alyssa's whiteboard and at cause, we at some point have to decide what it is that we're truly devoted to. And when we really decide that and get clear about that and choose in honesty and integrity the path of that devotion, then anything is possible. And to have the support of community and transmissions and the alignment of light energy that you'll vibrate in accord with when you meet it and once you decide, it's powerful.
Yes. Yes, John. And there's something else about, because we have mirror neurons. And
Mm,
so, one of the reasons why we hire coaches, right? If you wanted
yeah.
to run, but you didn't run, you would hire, and you wanted to run a triathlon, you'd hire a triathlon coach because you're able to mirror them and you're able to more quickly get up to speed and do that work. You're able to be in the practice. So when you join a group like this, you're able to quickly move up to radiance speed. And if I could give you an incentive, we are coming into some really extraordinarily strong times on planet Earth. You guys have been feeling it ramp up, you're feeling it in your bodies. So, once again, the more aligned your body is, the easier the frequencies have to integrate, and it doesn't feel hard, it feels wonderful instead.
Mm, mhm.
So instead of you feeling exhausted and shot out, you feel really energized. You feel light and fluffy. One of the things I see, John, like my body now, can I tell you this?
Yeah, please.
My body now, you know how a deer feels, how they like almost have like anti-gravity when they jump over a fence.
Oh
Have you,
yeah, yeah.
right? You guys have seen that. I feel that in my body. Like I literally feel that super light, like ability to just jump and
Mm,
be really light. And I feel like my body density has actually changed. But I feel like that's because the practices that I've been doing and what I heard when I originally launched Radiance Codes is I heard like we need to get the people's bodies ready for what's coming, which,
mm,
as you guys know, is a lot of solar flare CME activity, is a
mm.
lot of Earth activity, is a lot of 3I Atlas activity. Like it's a lot right now. So it's kind of like if you know there's a storm coming, the more prepared you can be, the safer you are, the more like good, you're just good, you're solid, and that's the feeling I want people to have in their bodies is I'm good, I'm solid, I feel amazing, I've got so much energy to give. Because here's the other truth I know about everybody here.
Mm,
Just like this person, you are a cell phone and you're a cell tower. You are radiating out a frequency. The higher your frequency and the more coherent it is in the frequencies of love and peace and ease and even joy, the more you impact society, the more
mm,
you impact the rest of reality, the more people are able to attune to you and start to cohere in your field. And
mm,
so, if you are at all committed to planetary evolution, which I know that you guys are, then it makes it even more important to get the vehicle able to withstand the journey so that you can hold these really high frequencies because your body has been coded for density, for lack, for scarcity, for fear, for all that stuff. And
mhm,
the more you swing it out of that, the better off you're going to fell through this transition. So,
mm. It's
and we've got a lot of
this is fantastic. Y'all, this is 7 live weekly 2-hour activation sessions.
Mhm.
There's replays that are available also. You get to show up on live calls with Alyssa, and there can be transmissions specifically for you as well. It's like it's going to rewire your field. And again, to have Alyssa at this price point, this is $197 for 7 live sessions and the activations and the private access to Alyssa, which is a gift that we get to receive on Beyond the Ordinary. Uh, to, to to have this accessible access to
Yeah,
Alyssa.
and correction, like you will get specially encoded downloads just for you. So
Thank
what
you.
I do, how my energy works when I'm working with people's energy is before each session, I literally get and I see who's going to be on. I scan the energy fields. I know exactly what needs to come through for each person. So when you're there, even if you can't show up live, I've already included your energy. So you're going to get the transmission that's exactly right for you, for your body, and that's going to give you these nice upgrades, these nice codes.
Mm, beautiful. Y'all take advantage of this. Again, 7 live calls. You get Alyssa. You get the Radiance codes, and we're ready. We are y'all. Whatever is in the field that might tell you that you may not be ready, just consider just a fabrication, some type of deep fake that's going on because y'all are ready. Y'all are ready. It's just we just are. We were born for this in this particular lifetime. And you just happen to have access because you decided to bring in a consciousness that says, hey, I'm willing to step forward and to have this experience now. And how beautiful to do it with others at the same time. So again, y'all take advantage of it. $197, 2 payment option. The first call begins November the 18th. Is that correct?
Yes, Chris put it in November 18th, 12 noon Pacific.
This is the first call with replays. So if you happen to be listening to this afterwards, the replays are there for you. Live activation specifically for you also.
And Liv did just the replays. She couldn't make it to any of the calls due to where she lives. And I mean, she just got extraordinary. She would text me on Instagram. I'd be like, oh my God, you will not believe what happened. Oh my God. Like,
Liv, if you want to raise your hand and share your experiences, we'll promote you to panelist, which is amazing. So let's continue. Alyssa, let's go to some live callers.
yeah, let's do
If
it.
you're down for it. So Melissa, let's go to you first. Welcome to the call.
Hello, hi, Alicia.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you? It's so good to see you again.
So good to see you. So good to see you. I did a course with Alyssa in July, and it was incredible. And I've been using that technique pretty much every day or every second day, and it
Wow.
has really made an incredible difference. Why I put my hand up now is because as soon as I saw you were doing something today, I want to work with you.
Mm,
I am so close to my dream goal. I'm producing a film and I'm in it, and we've got since I worked with you, where I was almost at my wit's end and couldn't had a lot of trouble handling the people I'm working with. I got past so much of that because of the work we did. And the thing I'm most aware of is how unsafe I have felt in my life. So I
mm.
use that I'm safe, and I would love to do that today with you because there might be a bit of a blind spot. But what's happening is I have been so working on asking myself, spirit, divine, three eye atlas, Pleiades, everyone to help me activate, up level, amplify my talents and gifts and my service, my capacities, and so that I can attract magical things happening. And I have up leveled this movie a lot. And and yet I sort of want even more in this moment, in this like week 2, 3, where I actually get the things that I truly want. So we've before I was just scared of it all, but I've started creating it, and I'm the one moving it forward energetically. And so I keep asking for magic and spirit and access and up level, expand, activate all the things. So if you could look in and see for me anything that I can do right now to literally make this transition
Let's see
complete.
what comes in from Alyssa. Yeah.
Well, you know what's coming in right now? Can we do an activation for everybody? Because this is actually
Please.
going
I was
to
feeling that also.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, great. So here we go, you guys. This is going to be awesome. Are you ready? So go ahead, close down your eyes with me. And you're just going to take a nice deep breath. This is going to be a fast but good activation. So take a nice deep breath. And what we're going to do energetically with your permission, and you'll go ahead and say yes to this if you want this activation. And we're going to unplug you from the third dimensional matrix. We're going to unplug completely from the third dimensional matrix where it's naturally unsafe, where we're naturally having to fight, where we're naturally having to ask for more, right? Where we're naturally having to do all that. So, with your permission, we're just going to unplug from that third dimensional matrix. And we're going to put your energy over into new earth energy. So you're going to see yourself actually plugging in to new earth energy. And how we do this with new earth energy, heaven on earth energy, is we ask for permission. New earth, Mama Gaia, can I plug into your energy of sustenance, rejuvenation, total abundance, dreams come true, dreams fulfilled, wishes fulfilled? And just feel in your heart, if you get a yes on that, and go ahead and just plug on down on into Mama Earth. Okula sikatia tiwa kodea tua sikina. Etula kete oya sakata utukata utusala ikalata oya saku. Good. There you go. Nice work. And then breathing up that frequency into your heart of new earth energy. Good. Breathing down into your crown, that frequency of divine and physical form. You are here to spiritualize matter, to be divine and physical form. I am that I am in your heart center. Ikula sakatia, ukutia, utsutut, ukala, isuwakare. Good. Unplugging completely out from the plat of the third dimensional reality and plugging yourself into that beautiful fifth dimensional reality where you are a divine creator, where you don't have to fight so hard, where you can just allow and ask and receive and flow. And this is like a heaven on earth place. So breathe that all into your body. Usu kalate ikola siwatina katitu suwakata yalakati usana. Good. Take a nice deep breath. And just notice the subtle frequency shift in your body right now with these new light codes coming in. Notice your body anchoring into this new earth frequency. Notice you might feel pretty buzzy in your body right now. Good. How'd you feel, Melissa?
Great.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Great.
So that's your little pivot here is fully aligning yourself into that frequency. So it doesn't feel like you're, grasping for more. It's more like it's provided to you.
Beautiful.
All right, Melissa, blessings on your production and your project.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're already there. Thanks for coming on. All right, let's continue now. Let's go to Charity. Charity, welcome to the call.
Hi, Charity. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, John. Always wonderful offerings that you bring us. Thank you so much. So my question was, I've been doing lots of work, but I am finding like my womb, my sacral, that Dantian space really I'll get it kind of clear. It's almost like it's real sticky, like it just keeps like kind of blocking back up. And I think that there's, I don't know, probably lifetimes of stuff there. Um, I'm just wondering if you have anything, like I'm really concentrating and working on this, I think that like if I can break that free, there's really like it's a huge
Mm.
opening for me. But I'm just anything. I was wondering if you had anything, if you could speak to that at all.
let me tune into your body. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great. What's your last initial, Charity?
F.
Okay, great. So, yes to everything that you said on the sacral chakra. However, I'll tell you what I feel first when I get in and of your body is I hear chronic illness.
Mm.
Are you battling with a chronic illness that you know of?
No,
Okay.
no, not that I know of.
So you feel okay.
Hmm.
You feel okay. Okay.
I feel
So
okay.
it looks like, and let me get clarity on that. It looks like also chronic inflammation. So,
That's possible.
you definitely do have chronic inflammation going on. So I'm just curious for you, what you think is going to happen once the sacral energy is opened up? Like, what do you think it's blocking you from?
What do I think it's blocking me from?
Hmm.
Um, Power, my power.
Okay. So let's do this. You and I want you to come right down on your sacral area. So you're going to come right down about 2 inches below your belly button. Okay. And this is what I call the divine DNA repatterning technique. This is what I teach in my academy as well. So we're going to just tap with these two fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger, really gently. Here we go. And tap, tap, tap. And I now release. You're going to say this after me. I now
Repeat
release
it.
I now release
any and all places and spaces
any and all places and spaces
in my physical and energy body.
in my physical and energy body,
Good. In my cells, soul, and DNA.
in my soul, and DNA,
Good. And across my multi-dimensional field.
and across my multidimensional field,
Where I've accidentally
where I've accidentally
stalled the program,
stalled the program,
giving my power away.
giving my power away.
Good. It feels like there's a lot of emotion underneath there that wants to come out. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Good. And what's that emotion that you're having right now?
Um, if, it's a lot. Maybe fear, loneliness.
Mm.
Yeah. Good. So let's keep tapping. Here we go. I now release
I now release
any and all places and spaces
any and all places and spaces
in my physical and energy body,
in my physical and energy body,
in my cells, soul, and DNA,
in my soul, and DNA,
across my multi-dimensional fields,
across my multidimensional fields
where I accidentally got programmed
where I accidentally got programmed
to run the frequency of fear,
to run the frequency of fear,
loneliness,
loneliness,
and not being powerful,
and not being powerful,
not owning my power
owning my power
as a divine creator.
as a divine creator.
I release this now.
I release this now.
I no longer need to learn through this.
I no longer need to learn through this.
Take a deep breath across all time,
Across all time,
spaces,
spaces,
dimensions,
dimensions,
realities,
realities,
all genetic lines.
all genetic lines.
Good. And we're just gonna, while we're here, sweetheart, we're gonna run a little anti-inflammatory program. When I look at the body, it seems like it's struggling a little bit, actually, and it's kind of talking to me about some nutritional things as well for you. But let's just run an anti-inflammatory code, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sikuata katsio tuata sakata esukati o esukata a ituata ikulata esikula kachisa. Good. So we're just opening up that lymphatic system to help with some of that inflammation. And then we're going to just tap, if we have one little more minute, we're going to tap right underneath your belly button and one right on your heart. I now command
I now command
that it is safe for me.
that it is safe for me.
Finally safe for me now.
Finally safe for me now.
Mm.
To claim my power back.
To claim my power back.
To be safe in the world.
To be safe in the world.
I now command
I now command
that it is safe for me now.
that it is safe for me now.
Finally safe for me now.
Finally safe for me now.
To claim my power
To claim my power
as divine in physical form.
as divine in physical form.
Take a deep breath. Just be with that emotion. Ikulata ka sikulata isua katia soa. Ikula ea sua tea isua kata. Io kulatara isuaka. Good. How do you feel over there?
Good. Good.
You want to
Yeah.
work with
Thank you.
Yeah, I would work with that activation some more, and I would actually tap it through all the chakras. Actually, what we did on the power release and then the power safety, because your body needs that safety driver, and right now it doesn't really have it fully installed. Okay,
Okay. All right.
awesome.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Yeah,
thank
way to open your heart and to receive. Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was beautiful to witness, truly. Um, and go back through it again. We'll run the replays. The replay will be up in an hour, will be up all week. So come back. Anybody who's resonating with this and following along also, this is here for you as an act of service because you awakening is a benefit to all of us. So how beautiful. Blessings to you, Charity.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, well, it's Murray Lynn. I want to go to you. Y'all, I want to remind you of the opportunity of the Radiance codes dropping in the special offer, amazing price points, 7 live calls, personal transmissions. It's amazing community. It's Alyssa brings it each and every offer on BTO, and then this one's super epic. And I encourage you to participate. So you know where to find the link now in the chat box underneath the video where you're watching the call, the live or the replay from. And dive in. First call is November 18th. And Maury Lynn, welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you. I also encourage everybody to join in on it because I was in the last Radiance Code as well. And it was super helpful, very helpful. And I thank you, Alyssa, for your beingness, your presence in this world.
Maury Lynn, it's a
Awesome.
little difficult to hear you. It's cutting off a bit. It's like we hear every other word.
Well, can you now?
Maybe if you lean into the microphone and maybe there's an echo. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
And let's ask our
Okay.
technology angels to clear it up.
Yeah,
Yes. Archangel, can you please work on my technologies
that
for
worked
the
already. Amazing.
being involved? That'd be great. Thank you.
Perfect.
I also wanted to let everybody know that it was well worth it because I was in last Radiance Codes and it was super helpful. It was delightful and it really helped shift my energies in many ways. So thank you, Lisa, for your beingness and your presence in this world. It truly is a blessing to have a divine teacher in physical form. So with that being said, I was wondering if you can talk a little bit more about how to navigate out of the downfall. So it's like doing the radiant codes is like I'm maintaining the balance, but then like all I wanted to do was sleep. And it was just, it felt an exhausting day. I had to fight my way through that. And it's like, I know we're supposed to do it, but I stayed away from coffee. So that was a good thing.
Proud of you. Yeah, I think you've got a great question, Marilyn, because what happens is we kind of get on a high of doing a program, and then we might drop off with a few practices or a few things. And so typically why we get exhausted as human beings, first and foremost reason is you do not have a good electrolyte balance. So that's the first thing I would check into is how's your electrolyte balance? Most people need way more electrolytes than they think they actually need to run the high electricity in their body. So that's the first piece is, were you electrolyted enough? When your body's that exhausted, it's just a signal from your vehicle saying, help me, I need more hydration and electrolytes. Typically, if you're hydrated and electrolyted, you actually don't really feel all that tired and you'll have really clean burning energy all day long, even if you're not eating food. So that's the first piece is how was your electrolytes 3 days prior? Because here's the other things no one tells you about your cells. Your cellular turnover in your body for a lot of part of your body, especially due to your hydration, is about every 3 days. So if a cell gets dehydrated, it can't rehydrate itself. It has to die off and a new cell has to be created, and your body's constantly creating new cells. So you want to take a look at how is my electrolyte and hydration 3 days ago? And that's kind of leading up to today. Okay. And so think back 3 days ago, like, what was I doing 3 days ago? How did I eat? How was that for me? Because people don't understand the lag time. So that's tip number one. So for everybody, like having a jug of water that you have and then dumping some electrolytes into that and making sure that that's a top priority. Can I talk about a product that I really love? John, do you mind?
I don't mind at all. I love it.
So I wish I had it here with me. First thing in the morning, what I do is I take Soleil, which is salt in liquid, and I take that Soleil and I put it under my tongue and I let it sit for about a minute. And that gives your cells, if you do that first thing in the morning, it gives your cells that big jolt of like, hey, the electricity's on. So I would try to do some of those practices. Now, that said, there is a lot of extreme energy happening right now, planetarily speaking. So we have the moon. I think I talked about this somewhere today on something today. I'm not sure if it was here or wherever, but
it was somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay, great. The moon on the 3rd was the farthest away from the Earth. And then, as you know, on the 5th, it'll be the closest to the Earth. We'll have that super full moon. So when you think about it like a rubber band, so basically what's happening to your guys' body right now is you're being stretched. And you know how that rubber band starts to wobble and maybe it'll break, right? So your body is actually being stretched right now to hold more frequency and hold more capacity. And so oftentimes when we are being stretched, we do feel tired, especially if our body's not exactly getting all the things that it needs. So for you personally, did you have some personal awarenesses as I was talking through that? What came through that you kind of had some awareness around?
The lack of electrolytes. I used to Propel, but it was there's a lot of sugar in it, and I don't want the sugar, so I haven't. Besides coconut water, I haven't found a good replacement for electrolytes. But other than that, 3 days ago, I did my salads, do a lot of hydration. Yesterday, I wasn't hydrated as much as I am today, so I am being very aware of the balancing act.
Good. So there's an electrolyte that I love in my Amazon store, Marilyn. It's in the Radiance Codes. You can go in there and go grab it. Because that electrolyte has no sugar in it. I don't eat sugar myself, so I'm a big fan of things that don't have sugar. So it really jolts up your cells pretty quickly, and you'll feel for any of the those of you who are athletes, you actually feel on days when you don't have electrolytes, like your legs feel like tree trunks. You're just like, oh my God, whereas if you have the electrolytes, you're like, ooh, I feel springy and good. So yeah, I feel like that's
To the TME because I started in the TME. Oh. It was like what's the cause from, because also today was it felt like mental torture, so I wasn't sure if that
A
would
question, a
coming
question that I
out.
want to bring in, a question that I want to bring, Marie Lynn, that I think will serve you and the rest of the audience also. Alyssa, what are some key indications that allow us to just pause and be more present with what is instead of going into kind of frozen mode or just automatic, because I need to lay down, I'm tired, it's a big energy day, and it's that really disempowering ourselves because we're experiencing something that doesn't feel so good, and we rather just like curl underneath the covers than be proactive about it.
I'm so glad you asked that question, John, because it's a razor's edge.
Hmm.
It's a very fine line, I find, between am I tired and I need to rest my body? And is this my old self trying to get in the way of me doing what I say I'm here to do?
It's a fine line also. Again, very specific, which is this is wonderful.
Yes. So really what I like to do is I like to talk to your vehicle, and I just like to ask, body, what would you need to have the most energy right now? And your body will tell you. And if you practice listening, it's really good. You'll get really good at that communication. So if you just tune in and just say, body, right now, I'd love to have some more energy. What do you need in order for me to do that? And your body might be like, look, go for a walk, get outside. Your body might be like, look, take a 20-minute power nap with theta waves. Your body might be like, look, go get a cup of ginseng tea or go get a cup of reishi tea, because these are not reishi and ginseng are naturally energizing, but in their different ways. So yeah, when you tune into your body, it'll help you. But to your point, John, what I notice with a lot of spiritual friends is they want to check out, they want to tuck under the covers, they want to not kind of deal, and being tired or fatigued acts as a self-protection mechanism that serves the old self, serves the old
Right.
identity. Yeah, great.
Right.
Thank you for bringing that forward.
No, Marilyn, you inspired it. So, Marilyn, blessings to you. Thank you for coming on and for your beautiful
Thank
question.
you.
And I know we're running a little bit long, but Joyce, I want to take you as a live caller. Welcome.
Hey, Joyce, how are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm sorry, I was muted for a second. This is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Thank you.
Hmm.
What question did you have?
Well, I've been focusing on completing a project that it's so interesting because usually I'm used to setting things up and I do it. So as opposed to having turned over, I'm completing a book. And it's the scans of the illustrations for the children's book have been at the reproduction art store for well more than a week and a half longer than I thought I was going to have them there. And it's to me, I feel like it's delaying um, on one end, it feels like it's delaying my process or my progress. But on the other, I have this sense that it it's happening for me. Uh, and so, I've certainly spent the time preparing for the marketing piece that'll take over once I send it off to the publisher. Um, but I feel just like like I'm being held back.
Yeah, I can
Hmm.
feel that in my chest. It's a
Yeah.
chest thing. Can you feel that in your chest?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you feel like you're being held back.
Mm.
Let's just tune into this together. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Ready? Let's do it.
Mhm.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Okay. Because really what I hear from source energy is that they're wanting you to feel the feeling. How will you feel once your book is out there?
Well, I'm going to be very pleased, very proud.
What's the
it,
feeling?
yeah, it's just energized, you know.
Energized.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So that's actually the feeling that we want to install now.
Mm,
So, but what we're gonna do is this is gonna be for everybody though. Okay. Can
okay.
we do another one for everybody, John? Do we have time?
Absolutely. This is great.
Okay. Okay, great. So Joyce, I want you to tap, we're going to tap right on your heart. So by the way,
Mhm.
you guys, why we tap on the body part is because your body's physical. And when we do that, we activate the body that we're talking to it and that we're going to reprogram it. Just like a good computer programmer, we got to get in there and take out the old code and put in the new code. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're just going to talk to that body. So we're going to tap right here, center of your chest. Here we go. And you're going to repeat after me. I now release
I now release
any and all places and spaces
any and all places and spaces
in my physical and energy body,
in my physical and energy body,
in my cells, soul, and DNA,
in my cell, soul, and DNA,
and across my multidimensional field
and across my multi-dimensional field,
and at the monad level, which is your higher soul's level of all the multiple souls.
and at the monad level.
Good. Any places and spaces
Any places and spaces
where I accidentally installed
where I accidentally installed
the program of being held back.
the program of being held back.
Yeah, I release being held back now
I release being held back
across all time,
across all time,
spaces,
spaces,
dimensions,
dimensions,
and realities,
and realities,
all genetic lines.
all genetic lines.
It's safe for me.
It is safe for me.
It's safe for me now
It's safe for me now
to feel excited.
to feel excited.
It's safe for me now
It's safe for me now
to feel proud.
to feel proud.
It's safe for me now
It's safe for me now
to run the frequency right now
to run the frequency right now
of excitement.
of excitement.
My work getting out there in the world.
My work getting out there in the world.
Good. I'm going to do a little something on the back end for everybody here. Why don't you tell us a little bit what the book's about?
Oh, it's essentially a story about the relationship between my grandson and I, told in his voice, and it involves a visit and documenting that and sharing our adventures and our discoveries.
Beautiful.
And it's meant to encourage other grandparents to not use the distance. He lives in California, um, from stopping for developing a really close relationship.
So I can feel, even before I knew what the book was about, that this book is going to catalyze a lot of heart love
Mm-hmm.
for people. So we're just going to go right here in the heart. It's safe for me now.
It's safe for me now.
Finally safe for me now.
It's finally safe for me now.
Come down right underneath the belly button too. It's finally safe for me now
It's finally safe for me now
to be a catalyst
to be a catalyst
of bringing more love to the world,
of bringing more love to the world,
bringing more connection to the world.
bringing more connection to the world.
Good. How's that feel in your body, Joyce?
It's great.
Good.
It really does.
Nice work.
Affirming.
Oh, beautiful. And by the way, I do get that this is really in divine timing for you.
Yeah.
Actually, to align with they're telling me a cosmic date. So
Oh,
take it or leave it. We'll
yeah.
have to see. But yeah, so I say you're right on path, but it really feels like that book is, part of what that feeling in the heart. It's like you're really going to expand
Mhm.
into this field where you're bringing forward a lot of love in the heart field. So it's
Mhm.
just also making sure that you're dissolving out any of those old frequencies of feeling held back in the heart, feeling held back in life in general.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Joyce, this is really powerful because this goes into radiating our light. your choice of amplifying that light rather than be compressed by
Hmm.
circumstance, right? And
Hmm.
so the radiance codes to be in that field of igniting your radiance and holding it steady. And when you hold it steady at such a point, then the question becomes, can anybody really delay God? And the answer is no. So can anybody really delay you in that radiance? It's laughable. It's like, no, it's all God's will and God's way. It's
Yeah.
your will and God and the
Hmm.
way. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Well, and to your point, John, to kind of bring us back to where we started, when you have the radiance codes installed in your body, what happens on the outside that used to kind of jostle you or rattle you or make you go into fear won't anymore. You will literally deal with reality different. Just kind of like Melissa, like when we first started working together, she had this deal, but it was, ooh, and people in her world were, ooh, and she started working it from within because we create our whole reality. We are the cause, we are prime source cause. And so what's really amazing, it's like, oh, okay, so nothing that comes into your world can rattle you because you know that if you created it, you can uncreate it and you're the cause. So it's
Yeah, the interference patterns have no authority in
big,
that field at
well
all.
said.
Yeah, amazing. Joyce, blessings to you. My God,
Thank you.
amazing for the book that you're
Thank you
putting
both.
out. I hope it
Congratulations.
reaches everyone in the world.
Yes, I do too.
Yes, yes. Ah, what a
A
beautiful
sweet
wish.
story. Yeah, thank you.
Y'all, we're gonna have the replay available all week long. The special offer, the link again, it's in the chat box underneath the video where you're watching the call from. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, the link for the special offer is in the chat box or it's in the comment section. You'll find it there as well. And again, I can't say enough about activating these codes within you and to hold it in community that can hold that frequency where you actually create it even louder for each other is so beautiful. So amazing what's coming through. Take advantage of that. A couple of comments that came in. First, Liv was saying she can't stop talking about the program and what it's done for her. So, Liv, thank you so much for sharing. I can feel your enthusiasm as you type your words, which is amazing. And also, Charity wrote in, she wanted to, you have to apologize, but she wanted to clarify, rewording to Alyssa and to the participants that she does have a chronic condition in her back. It's a degenerative disc and arthritis. And she's been so used to it and it's improved over the past few years that it didn't even register until just now. So, Alyssa, you were correct when you picked up that there was something chronic happening.
And by
Um,
the way, Charity, we did some work on that, so it's gonna probably start to feel better. But yeah, some there you could do a little extra stuff because I get the sense that it can really shift for you. I'm a big
mm,
believer in healing and miracles. I'm over here on the
nice.
miracles.
And, in fairness to everyone, I've had readings where someone has said to me, something's like didn't register. Then a couple days later, it's like, hold on a second. And I want to validate the person that brought that up for me and bring more context to it. But we can just trust that we receive everything as we're supposed to. And it's not here for validation. We're all just serving each other and walking each other into those higher states of home. And how beautiful is that? Alyssa, thank you for coming on. It's an amazing call as always. And thank you for your service and the light that you bring into everything
Oh,
that you put your attention and consciousness into.
thank you. And I'm so excited to see you guys joining Sheila's that I purchased even before this call started. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome. Well, I cannot wait to see you guys live on the 18th. This is going to be
Mm,
next level. So there's all sorts of goodies for you to dive into, even the last live calls, but you will have your own new live calls. So if you wanted to just go binge watch, you totally can. I didn't take them away. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining. It's going to be life changing. And thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me
um,
be here with you today. Oh.
so many people purchasing, confirming, amazing. Y'all, thank you for being here. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your intentions. Thank you for showing up. Again, every one of you, such a blessings in this world. Thank you. Until the next call, everybody. Have a great evening.